Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we have an extreme rarity, a very early F-Series, early 2000, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore Quantième Perpetual. This is the QP, the Perpetual Calendar and Moon Phase. It's also a chronograph, full titanium. You're looking at the early 2000s launched, reference 25854TI in grade 5 titanium. Now, there's a lot that is unusual here by Royal Oak Offshore standards, and they are uncommon. I rarely see them, maybe once every 2 to 3 years. So the model in my hand is, again, early 2000s. That's when it was launched. It's a very early F-Series. How early? Well, you can see that right on the back. The timepiece is 42 millimeters in diameter by 15.9 millimeters thick, and lug tip to lug tip, just the case, it's going to be 55 millimeters. If it's end link to end link, the total distance across the wrist is a beefy 59.4 millimeters. And although it is titanium, don't mistake it for a lightweight. I measured it 166.1 grams on my scale with all of these links in the bracelet. We'll throw the watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can immediately see that you really need a big wrist for this watch. It doesn't feel heavy, but it is physically huge. And you can see that, well, it overwhelms me. I could say that it's not as thick as I expected, but it's so broad that you're going to need an 18 centimeter circumference wrist minimum to wear this well, aesthetically. My wrist is 16. You can already see this is beyond me. Now, one of the characteristics of Emmanuel Guet's 1993 Royal Oak Offshore design was that his modernization of Gerald Genta's 1972 original was generally seen on a strap, and one might even argue that the design was more native to a strap than the bracelet. But part of the impact of Genta's original was the full integration of the bracelet into the watch and the amount of fine finish lavished on that bracelet. So in many ways, if you don't get a Royal Oak Offshore on a bracelet, you're giving up a little bit of decorative arts and handcrafted value added for the sake of the more modern strap aesthetic. But a minority of offshores are built with a full bracelet, and this is an example. This is all grade 5 titanium, so light and hypoallergenic like grade 2, but harder and more scratch resistant. And it takes between 9 and 11 hours to hand finish these bracelets. So what you're getting not only preserves more of Genta's original vision, it gives you a lot more handcrafted decoration and horlogerie on the outside of your watch. Plus, it'll spare you a few $100s every year or two because you don't need to replace a strap. Taking a look here, you can see that the bracelet's fixed to the case using screws and bars, a very secure arrangement that I always like to see, better than a spring bar by far. You can see the expanding bevel of the case band expands through the lugs and then is traced perfectly aligned down the links. You can see that the links are beefy and that they actually taper in thickness as they move away from the case, not just in width. You can see we have removable links here that are fixed in place using screws. So you can always size this at home with your jeweler's screwdriver. And then we have a double folding clasp, which you can see is internally made of steel for greater durability. And these are small components. So titanium can be rather flexible and weak, whereas steel is much tougher. So for the mechanical components here, we have steel. We have a clamshell lock, and you can see we have spring-loaded ceramic. Well, actually, these are steel. These are steel pin snaps right here because this is an early 2000s watch. And when it all closes up, the pin snap retracts, allowing this to be a snappy closure. And so when you close it, you hear that? That is the spring-loaded pin snap ball bearing. AP logo externally. The case, if it takes 9 to 11 hours to finish the bracelet, it takes hours more to finish the case. Now, it largely recapitulates the design of the original Royal Oak, but you could see it's more beefy, and it actually features a bezel gasket that's only a hairline element, a slight feature, a slight styling feature of the original Royal Oak. It's much more obvious and robust on the Offshore. We have these polymer-coated chronograph pushers and a hexagonal shoulder for the crown, which is also made of polymer. You can see that hexagonal form of the crown is also the form of the steel bolts inside the bezel. The original Royal Oak bezel inspired by a vintage diving helmet. And you can see that's probably the most obviously preserved and faithfully preserved element of Genta's original. Now, on a standard Royal Oak, the bolts are made of gold. Here they're made of stainless steel, and you can see that they're just slightly below the plane of the bezel, which is how they're supposed to be on a watch that hasn't been refinished excessively. Decoration, definition, it's all excellent here. The metal is full and symmetrical. Another thing you might have noticed, the crown center line is below the center line of the pushers and below the center line of the perpetual calendar adjusters. So yes, this is a 54 jewel modular movement with a JLC 889 base and then a Dubois de Praz vertical clutch chronograph with perpetual calendar moon phase module. The vertical clutch means there's no extraneous motion when you start up the chronograph. It is a play-free, smooth and seamless engagement. That's the advantage of a vertical clutch. Now it is a screw down crown, but with all these through case fittings, water resistance here is 20 meters. So rainfall, splashes while washing your hand, but nothing more. And these are bolts on the bezel. Some people ask me, well, how do they align the slots of the screws? And the answer is they don't. The bolts go in, and then there are nuts on the other side inside the case. Now there's a tachymetric scale out board printed with the Audemars Piguet name, which I love. It is all silver white. And if you notice, this is the petite tapisserie on the dial. The mega tapisserie is the large hobnail that is stamped, and that's what you find on most Royal Oak Offshores. But the standard Royal Oaks feature a pantograph cut hobnail dial. So this tapisserie is actually cut on the pantograph mimicry engine, and you could see how it leaves tens of thousands of tiny dots and divots across its artisanally turned surface. So this is really the more deluxe type of hobnail dial, and it's something you rarely see on an offshore. What you'll also notice is that there's a lot going on here. We have a moon phase with an adjustment interval of once every 122 years. Then we have a lot of coaxial counters. So we have our chronograph hours here, along with the day. We have the quantième bissextile, or the leap year phase, coaxial with chronograph minutes, coaxial with the calendar months. Then we have coaxial running seconds and the date up at the top. And because it's a perpetual calendar, it only needs to be adjusted once during the jump from February to March. All of the indices are appliqué, so they're high quality, placed on the dial physically. Indices and hands are all blackened for high contrast. And this lovely teal luminescence, maybe it's wintergreen, it's quite bright. You can see we're well into the era of luminova at Audemars Piguet by the early 2000s, and this is an easy watch to read by night, at least the hours and the minutes. The Caseback, you can see, they were all Royal Oak Offshore signed. Now, inside we got the JLC 889 base with a Dubois de Praz module that AP calls the 2839. So the JLC is an automatic winder with a 38 to 40 hour power reserve, a 4 hertz beat rate, and it does have stop seconds or hacking. We've got the perpetual calendar, 54 joules. We've got the moon phase and the vertical clutch chronograph, and all of that with a screw down crown and 20 meter water resistance. If you love this watch, it's a rare opportunity. Again, I see these maybe once every 2 to 3 years. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.